Hi everyone, it's Mary with Studio 2.8 TV. Besides being a photography instructor, I'm also a professional portrait photographer. I have a lot of students and other photographers who ask me what type of equipment that I use. So in this video, I'm going to show you what's in my camera bag. So let's get started with the camera that I use. I use the Canon 6D digital SLR camera. I chose this camera because it has a full frame sensor. What that means for me is that I can shoot at higher ISOs and my images will have less noise. I have two lenses. The first one is the one that you see right here. It's the Canon 24-105 f4.0 lens. And I use this when I'm photographing families and groups. My favorite portrait lens, however, is the 70-200 millimeter f4.0 lens. And I love using this lens when I'm photographing smaller groups or individuals because of its increased focal length, and also because it is an L-series lens, the bokeh is amazing. I do have lens hoods for both of my lenses so that when I'm photographing people outside, I don't get that dreaded lens flare. Now let's talk about the flash that I use. I have the newest Canon flash. It's the 600EX RT. And I use that with the transmitter. The speedlight transmitter is the ST-E3 RT. And these two work together. What I have to do is slide the transmitter on the hot shoe of the camera and then turn both of them on, and then a radio signal actually goes from the transmitter to the flash and fires the flash off camera. So that works out really, really well when I'm working, especially when I'm working outside. I love working with this system. Now there are other systems out there that are available. However, what I really like about this one is that you can shoot in ETTL and you can work with your HSS enabled. HSS stands for high speed sync. Next I have a Hoodman loop. I find this particularly useful when I'm doing photography outside, and it's very hard to see the images in the LCD. So all I have to do is hold this up to the LCD and I'm able to see my images much brighter and much sharper. I always carry spare batteries and a battery charger for my flash. In the back pockets of my bag, I carry manuals for my flash and my camera. Now, I do know my equipment very well, but because they are small, I carry them with me just in case. In my side pockets, I carry a spare battery for my camera, and I also carry an L bracket for the tripod. I use a tripod a lot, especially when I'm photographing larger groups. And what this does is it holds the camera very stable in the horizontal and in the vertical format. In the other side pocket, I carry a light sphere. The light sphere is collapsible so that it does fit into the camera bag very nicely. And this is what I use with my flash so that I can soften and diffuse the flash when I'm photographing groups and individuals. In my front pocket, I do carry spare SD cards. I have a case that has color coding so that I know which cards are used and which ones are unused. Next, I have a Weibel card. The Weibel card is how I set my white balance. So what I have to do is I photograph this in the same light source that my subject is in, and then when I post-process in either Photoshop or Lightroom, I calibrate the images to this target. I always carry a plastic bag with me in case of inclement weather. I live in Georgia where pop-up thunderstorms are very common in the late afternoon and early evening. I have a remote release, shutter release. And I find this is really useful, again, when I'm photographing groups or families. That way they're not always looking at me with the camera in front of my face. And lastly, I have a microfiber for cleaning my lens. Now there are a couple other pieces of equipment that I always carry with me that I can't fit in my camera bag. One is a tripod and the other is the light stand for my off-camera flash. So there you have it. That's what I carry with me for my portrait photography. And if you're interested in getting a list of everything that I have, just click on this right here. And it'll bring you to the web page that will have more information on the equipment that I use. So thanks for joining, and we'll see you back here for the next video.